Welcome to
House of Whimsical Terror.
I'm Esther.
I'm Mary.
And we're coming to you from Tucson, Arizona.
And we're telling real stories of the fantastical.
All of our stories are true or told to us as true.
Occasionally, we alter the names to protect privacy.
Places for the same reason.
And today's story is Kyoto Vanishing.
And we have a wonderful guest here today.
Yes, we do.
We have Cheyenne, who I have heard tell stories in the past, and she is fabulous. So very excited to have her.
Super
here.
Excited. Thank you so much.
And we have a guest from the past, Lali, who is in the house with us today. So we have our special guest, Cheyenne, and Mary, and I, and Lali. So
hi. Yes. Hello, you all. Thank you for having me.
We're excited that you're here.
Excited.
And this is a story about your travels in Japan, which is really, really interesting and different than anything we've done.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You guys haven't had too many people go in other places, or just?
No one from Japan.
No one from Japan telling stories.
And I don't think we've had many people doing.
We haven't had an international story yet.
No, one of mine, but
Well, you're in for a treat because Cheyenne has actually been to a lot of places. A few years ago, everyone was worried about her because she decided to quit her job and take a road trip to try to go to every single state and camp. Like, she just had her car, her cat, and a tent.
Awesome. How many states did you get
You're
to?
You're like my hero right now.
I managed to get to 27 states, and my poor cat was there for all of it.
And they both made it back.
Yeah.
So
the fires in California, there was like massive flooding, the storms, when like Florida froze and Texas froze. Like I was out there for all of that. It was not the time to be road tripping.
All the bad weather in the country. From West Coast
like
to East Coast.
Bad weather.
It was. A tornado in Mississippi.
Oh, no. The Bad Weather Tour by Cheyenne.
You could probably have your own podcast just about that.
Like, wow. Yes, everybody tune in this week when I tell you I was trapped in a car in total darkness waiting for a tornado to pass.
There you go.
I would tune in
I would
for
totally
that.
tune in for that. I would.
So, but Japan. Something happened there that we are very, very excited for you to tell us the story about.
All right, so just to set the stage, it's April 2018. I decided to myself, I didn't bring anybody along, hadn't planned on to. Spent 2 weeks in Japan, just traveling all over southern Japan. I went to like Arima, Kyoto, landed in Osaka, went to hot springs. I did just like pretty much anything you can do in a 2 week span. I was just romping around, completely lost, couldn't connect to the Wi-Fi, so I had to just get by on my own.
No.
Yeah. It was pretty wild. But so I'd spent the first few days in Osaka, everything's fine, when you go to a place, you kind of pick up the vibes and energy, so you get to a place and you're like, like New Orleans, this place super alive. Yeah, dark history, but like very vibrant, very alive. Yeah. Other places are kind of desolate. I got to a lot of places where it's, you don't want to be there at night. So you just kind of like feel for a place.
You're talking about Texas, right?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Sorry, China.
No, you're fine. Everything in Japan is just like super nice. Crime rate's only like 2%. So like safe. Probably safest I'll ever have been. Anywhere in the world. And so I decide, one of the big things I want to see is in Kyoto, there's a shrine called Fushimi Inari. And it's these, if you've seen them before, they're like the orange archways that are like repeating, a bunch of orange archways, and then a bunch of different shrines that break off, kind of like, they look a little like the mausoleums in New Orleans, where they're like above ground, but they're shrines. Okay. And they have a bunch of different animal figurines, and they wear like, they'll put raincoats on them because they believe that they're their ancestors. And so,
I love that. Yeah.
So it's like really cute, and it's like a loop, and it's less than 3 miles. It's like 2.8 miles. And so I get up really early, and I decide I'm gonna go on this loop. It had been raining the night before, so it's like stone steps, sort of things, like pretty slippery. It starts out relatively flat. There's people, and at the base, I can see empty tents, like they're gonna set up for food vendors, like there's going to be some like sort of a festival. There's no one there yet. But I was like, oh, it's pretty early. It's probably like 8 a.m. I've got all my stuff. I've got my layers on, pretty light layers so I can remove them as I'm hiking. But super easy lap, stairs, and I would pull off from the stairs and go to these little shrines, take pictures. It was just like really nice. I get to, I guess, what's probably a third halfway point. There's like a lake up there on this mountain. Wow. It's gorgeous, right? But like, I don't know how to describe this. Something was like slightly off. Everything was perfect. The people were nice. Everyone left me alone. Like, but like there was a time when I got in a car accident, and before I got in the car accident, I remember I described it as the lights being wrong. It's like looking through a two-way mirror where everything's fine. It's just, there's just like subtle, like the lights just aren't quite as bright. Okay. And like, I wrote that off as, it's the trees. I'm in a forest. It's the trees. I'm just not, I've been in a lot of forests at this point, but I'm like, like it's not, I don't sense danger, so I'm fine. I'm going to go with that. It's just, there's something a little off. No big deal. I'm taking pictures. I'm getting really good at setting up my phone, taking selfies. And I walk up to this one shrine, and I'm looking at that, and I realize, like, I don't know, say like 30 feet away from me, there's this staircase that's descending into this little stream. And it's probably got like 12, 15 stairs. And I remember thinking that's weird, because the way Japan is, they don't build anything they don't waste resources. They're not building anything to nothing. Everything has its own place. They bonsai. Their gardening is very, you know what I mean? Everything's very purposeful. Yeah, everything has its place. And so I see this staircase going down to the stream, and I was like, well, that doesn't go anywhere. Why would they? And I remember thinking, I want to go down the stairs, and I want to touch the water. Yeah. I just want to like touch the water. I want to see if it's cold or not. And the way the trees are set up is, they're not particularly thick trees. They're good sized trees, but you can see the sky through the trees. Like you can see the sun, you see the blue sky. It's not like you're completely covered in darkness. And so I go to take the steps, and as I take the first step, I get like whoa, something's up. Like it's not danger, but like I literally stop on the first step and I look around to see, did somebody come close to me? Cause like, when somebody comes into your circle, like you can feel it, but it didn't feel like anything came in. It just felt like I hit something. I was like, what is that? I was like, but it didn't feel like danger. But now I don't know if it was my senses heightened or, but like I couldn't hear people, because it was like, there was like the path, the shrine, and then I'm on the staircase. So I'm like not really near the path where people are, but I could always hear people. And now suddenly I couldn't hear people, and I could hear the trees.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I could hear the trees, and more importantly, I could hear something in the trees. And I'm thinking, it's birds, right? You can hear like fluttering, rustling. So I'm looking. Yeah, I'm looking. I don't see anything. But I'm like, the wind picked up. These are trees I don't know. Maybe they don't sound like normal trees. It's fine. I take another couple of steps. And boom, I hit another wall. This time, for sure, like, not danger, but like, I'm really not supposed to be here. I stop again. I check my surroundings. I look for people. Now I can hear the trees. They're loud, and I hear things in the trees. And I was like, there's no way. So I'm literally on this step, frozen, looking at these trees for probably a solid minute, just listening, because I can hear things in the trees. And in my head, I'm like, it's birds. I was like, it's too big to be birds. I was like, maybe it's like a cat. I was like, no, but there's too many of them. It's like all the trees. There's like a bunch of them. I was like, it has to be birds. And I'm searching the tree line for any kind of movement. And there's nothing. It's just trees. I look behind me again. Like there has to be I'm feeling something. There has to be something. Nope, nothing. So I'm like, okay, I'm just being I'm freaking myself out. Maybe I've never done that before, but maybe that's what this is. So I go to take another step. Now it's louder. Now I can't even hear the water. And I hear things in the trees, and now suddenly my brain goes, it's not cats, it's not birds, it's monkeys. Because they sound bigger now.
Yeah, because you're trying to figure out.
Yeah, so my brain's going through all these things. It has to be something. And I freeze again. And they're aggressive now. Whatever they are, before they were just not pleased with me being there. But now it's like real, like it's like a definite warning. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no. And I go to take another step. I don't like, and then it turns to malice. It's loud. There's like I can hear like it doesn't, I'm stuck there because I can't see it. I can hear it and I can feel it, but I can't see it. So my mind isn't registering. It doesn't believe what's happening to me. It's trying to rationalize, and nothing I can think of makes sense. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm out. I'm not stupid. I go to turn, I slip.
Oh, wow. Oh, Cheyenne.
What? I don't slip down the stairs, but I slip enough and I catch myself on the next step. And I remember slipping, and I remember all sounds getting so loud and then cutting off, complete silence. Just dead silent. And then when I come to, I'm running along the path.
Oh, strange. Oh, strange. Okay.
I'm running along the path, and I see this couple, and I'm running towards them, and they get shocked, and I get shocked because they just appeared before me. And I must have appeared before them. Because it wasn't like just some random white girl running towards them. All of a sudden, I'm here and they're there, and I'm like, oh, and they're like, oh, and I'm like, sorry, and I was like, what? The distance from the shrine, from the stairs I was on through the shrine to the path was probably 75 yards.
Oh wow! So you
don't remember that part.
So I don't remember
to that point.
I don't remember that. I don't remember running. I don't remember.
So you
getting back on the path.
Transported?
I don't, I to this day, okay. I don't know. But I just remember feeling a fear I've never comprehended, and all sound cut off. And I had people who had PTSD tell me when stuff goes down and it's really dangerous, one of your senses will go to try and protect you or whatever. And so me, I was the sound cut off, and they're like, yeah, that'll happen. And I go, there was nothing there. How could I have been in enough danger that my body would do that to get me out of that? And then to not remember anything, even a little bit.
And to appear in a completely different, not a completely, but an adjacent place, but different from where you were. And for those people to look so scared of you running out.
That was one thing.
You're not scary looking. We should just say
you're
petite, you're non-threatening, you look.
Yeah. But I did, when I was running along the path, I put my hand on my heart, and it was was I afraid? My breath and my heartbeat calmed down. So it wasn't I was running for long. But if I had gotten from where I was to where I was, where I had been, my heart would have been going crazy. My lungs would have been going crazy.
Exactly.
And they were just normal afraid, I didn't know. It wasn't, I don't know how I got from there to there.
Wow.
So I was like, okay. So I finished the loop, and I walked back down the mountain. I was like, okay, whatever. That was, just, again, trying to rationalize, completely victim mode. I definite shock. I just wrote it off. I was like, whatever, we're in Japan, ha ha. And so I walked down the path, and here's the weird part. I get to the bottom, and there's a whole fair going on. A whole fair. Everyone's there. People, vendors, people are in line. They're passing them things on sticks.
But they hadn't been there when you went up.
No, and 3 miles, that's even if I was stopping to take pictures, it's less than 2 hours. There's no way this full fair. So, and I didn't think to check my phone when I started, and when I checked my phone later, it didn't register. But I realized when I went in line to get food, I was starving.
Oh.
I think I was gone for a while.
Oh.
Like a time slip.
Yeah, that you don't remember that somehow you weren't allowed to remember.
Probably 2 to 3 hours. I wasn't starving, it wasn't half a day, but I was gone longer than I should. And obviously, I wrote it off to being oh, you were hiking and you were, but I had a bar. I remember eating a Nutri-Grain bar on the path. I wasn't hungry.
Right.
But I got down there and starving. So I just wrote it off as like a fear response. Of course, you need the adrenaline. Of course, you'd be hungry. But I was like, no, this is a full-blown fair. And it was empty stalls, and there was no one out here when I got here.
Right.
And it's thriving when you get there. So that means
it's been going on for
had
a while.
already set up and gotten into gear. And
I had to stand in line. That's how many people that were there. So I lost time. And I don't think anything of it. I tell my niece later on, and she goes, well, did you look it up? I go, no, I didn't look it up. Apparently, people regularly disappear and get transported to different places.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like, it's like a common thing. Like, it's recommended you don't go there at night. It's open 24 hours a day. But I went there early in the morning. It was bright during the day. Like,
so people have lost time in that location.
Yes.
Whoa. When I heard, I thought you meant like people who
like regularly.
But no, in that
no, people will get moved. Like there'll be people who will be in a group and they'll be like a straggler, and all of a sudden they'll be like, hey, where's Tim or whatever? And then they don't find him, and he reappears a few hours later. And they're like, where were you? And he's like, I've been here the whole time. They're like, no.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
They warn people, don't go there at night.
Yeah.
It makes me want to go there. But with somebody, I don't want to.
No, it's like, it was really pretty. Again, I didn't have any bad vibes, but whatever was in those trees did not want me there.
Yeah, because it sounds like they were being sort of aggressive and like you said, hostile.
Yeah. And I'll have to get my phone, but like I have a little bit of like, I can show you guys pictures of what the like shrine looks like, and I captured a little bit of the sound on the video, and you can hear something in the background that sounds like it's cackling, like a rat,
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, probably shouldn't be asking this now, but could we post that like on our Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like it's like a 7-second video, but I haven't deleted it because like I'll play people, and there's people who say they hear like a growl. I don't hear a growl, but like you can hear the rat, 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 rat. And people are like, well, what is that? And I was like, I don't know, because in the video you can see where the path is. You can see through the shrine, and you can see through the trees. It's like a perfect, like, and you can hear something, and it sounds like, that's why I thought monkeys, because at first it was like birds, like a chittering. And then it got malice, and it got darker, and it got louder, and then that's when I was like, it has to be monkeys. I've never heard anything like this.
Oh, wow.
But I couldn't register it because I couldn't see it.
There wasn't, you couldn't see anything. Yeah.
Yeah, so my brain literally was like, you're fine. And I was like, we're not. Something's off. But it wasn't off enough for me to feel it and want to leave. Yeah. My brain was more curious than I thought was in danger. And normally if I feel even a little bit of danger, I'm out.
But something kind of kept you there to continue exploring.
Yep.
So you do not know what happened in that lost time.
Nope.
Something happened. And
whatever it was, I came out of it running.
Yes. Right. Came out of it running, and somewhere that information is either in your...
Yes, it's in your subconscious. Hypnotism.
Yeah, hypnotism,
Oh, see, Lolly, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened
I would love to know what's in there.
Yeah.
Can I just start with, I would never have gotten on the stairs because there's that. But,
Mary would never have gotten on the stairs.
I would like, oh, look, they go nowhere into that water. I'm good.
Yeah, she'd say, let's not go there at night. Esther would be like, let's go at night.
No, it's so true. And that's how it happens.
Yeah.
That's how this happened. It all happens.
Here's the thing. There's all those horror stories about like random staircases in forests. And number one rule, you don't take those.
Yeah.
Right.
This wasn't like that though. It was bright in the middle of the day. There's people around. Beautiful.
It's
overcast.
on the loop.
And there's water
it's on the loop.
and
it's like, I was like, this isn't like some mysterious.
There's no sign that says warning, do not.
Don't go on these stairs.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, I knew. I was like, Japan would never do that. Would never waste building material to do this. I was like, I just want to touch the water.
That is fascinating.
That is fascinating.
I don't think I was gone longer than like probably 3 hours. Maybe 2.
It's still a long time.
Like not know.
Significant amount of time that who knows what happened that sent you running, because you were afraid when it started, and then you were afraid on the other end when you were running toward those people.
Yep.
And they thought it was odd that you were there.
Yeah, they were like, whoa. And I was like, oh, and I was like, yep, sorry. And I like bowed, and I was like, don't know how I got here.
Yeah.
So I had to come up the stairs, and then when I was running back down the stairs. So I had to go back up the stairs to finish the loop. But I was like, I literally don't know how I got through this, because it's slippery. I don't know how I got all the way through it and didn't have any kind of
memory.
Yeah, and to this day, it's not like people are like, oh, do you dream about it? Like, do you have any kind of like feelings about nothing? Just blank.
Wow.
That is fascinating.
That is fascinating. And
I love that.
I love that story. That's amazing.
No, that was the scariest thing that ever happened to me. Yeah. So when you're saying you wanted something like scary to happen to you, not as cool as it seems.
No. Yeah, you wouldn't love it as much as you think you would.
No. Yeah, not like that, because it's like everything, it was such a juxtaposition of like being safe and happy and content, and then this just malice out of nowhere.
Oh, so creepy.
It was in that, so I couldn't register. It was just so much didn't belong.
Right.
What I was seeing and versus like what I was hearing versus what I was feeling, none of it matched up.
Right.
That is fascinating, Cheyenne.
It is.
Thank you for sharing that story with us. I love the way you tell stories.
I was going to say you're a wonderful storyteller, and I bet you have more stories.
I do.
Good, because we would love to have you as a guest again.
Okay.
Yes, we would.
Yeah. I'll tell you my second scariest story next time you guys bring me on.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
I love that.
Silali, you're going to have to come and be a guest again, because I know that you have many stories as well.
Absolutely. Yes.
And also another great storyteller.
And you'll have to take me with you on one of your
adventures.
Oh yeah, when we go.
Okay.
When you go to Japan.
Retrace Cheyenne.
Well, I was thinking somewhere in southern Arizona.
You guys, if you guys go, you better tie each other like a rope.
I know that's actually what I was thinking is holding hands, but getting down the stairs might be dangerous. So maybe somehow connecting. Yeah.
Because she thinks I'm going to go down I'm just going to hold the rope.
Yeah.
I'll hold the rope right here, and you can go down the stairs. I'll watch you.
Yeah. Can I just want to say, some of our best friends and family members are from Texas, and we love to make fun of them. So we love you, and
we love
talking to you, China, and Valerie, and Lupe, and Julie, and we have so many friends there. So I made that comment.
We love Texas.
Don't
mess
with Texas, Esther. But we also want to thank everyone for joining us.
Yes, we do.
Everyone. And particularly you, Cheyenne and Silali, and we want to hear more stories from both of you. So we'll make arrangements for that, and thank you for being a part of the House of Whimsical Terror. So long, good friends, until next time when we meet back at the house.